Now,
Right on.
we've been getting actually a lot of traction. A lot of listeners are coming back. They're saying Jackie didn't tell us enough about her experience on Netflix,
Oh, are
and
they?
like we want to know. We want to know more. I want to know more too. Like I feel like I know some, but I feel like there's must be more to know. Like how did that play out for you? I'm sure you had like some audition, and you had. You had to do the bits and do the recording, and where I think it was in Toronto, was it? And like, so what was it?
Yes. Yeah. So I have had an acting agent since I was like 12.
Okay, cool.
You know,
Was
and
that so? This was
I,
your first or not first gig?
so
So
no,
you did
well, I mean, okay, I did some like
commercials and
Canadian made-for-TV movies.
that's sick. No way. I'm definitely gonna have to look at
Um,
those.
but yeah, Hemlock Grove was, and it's so funny. I actually auditioned for the movie 300.
What?
Yeah, I have like the original
I
script
love
from
that
300.
movie.
I bet you do. Everyone
That's
loves
really
that
cool.
movie.
You got the original script. I remember I went there with like friends for a birthday party. It was like my birthday party, maybe whatever. I was like 12, 13, whenever it came out. And so
Yeah.
that was like, oh, let's all go to the movies. That was a big thing to do. And I remember I had to leave the movie for like 5 minutes because I was like kept coughing. Maybe it was like a kernel in my throat. I still remember to
Okay.
this day because I was so embarrassed because I
Oh my
wouldn't
God.
stop coughing
I
in
have
the
a
middle of
very
the movie.
similar memory of another movie that I had
Was
the
there a
same
little
thing
loser kid
happen.
coughing and you were
No,
like,
no,
hey,
no.
fuck this
I
kid?
was the loser kid that
Oh.
it still burned in my brain of how humiliating that was of having to
No
like
way.
walk out of the theater like because I couldn't
Fucking
keep it
relatable.
together.
Yeah, like having to scooch by everybody, coughing,
Yeah.
interrupting this fantastic movie score, and then going out and like getting a beverage or something so I could fucking
Yeah, or just be able to like cough more openly to like get whatever the fuck it is out.
just exactly because you want to just fucking hawk it. And these days you would literally
I
be
was literally just
ridiculed.
thinking, I'm like, oh, that
Oh my
was fucking
God.
pre-COVID too.
Way pre-COVID. Yeah, you can't be out there
Maybe that was
slap a
patient
mask
zero.
on you. Even if I'm out with a mask anytime these days, I feel very insecure about coughing
Oh,
or making
absolutely.
anything that's like sneezing, any of that shit. It's just like,
Well,
oh
and like I'm
man,
a smoker too, and like for anybody else who smokes
it's
of any
natural.
kind,
Hmm.
it's like you sometimes get a random fucking cough,
It's
and
just,
then it's like I
exactly.
feel like I almost want to tell people, I'm like, "Ah, I swear I'm not sick.
And then you just confessing to
just
everybody you meet that you're a smoker. I'm
Yeah.
a smoker. I'm a smoker. I'm a smoker.
Like
But
it's
then you
not
get like
COVID, it's
everybody with
probably lung
allergies.
cancer. It's
Like,
fine.
just
Uh,
the can'ts, the big C. You got to assume at least like half the people have either smoking or allergies or something, right? That's gonna make you have some kind of. So I mean, I guess it's with the mask and all that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you auditioned for 100. You had the script out. Like that's very cool. What was what
Yeah.
were you gonna audition? What was your role?
In
Or
300?
yeah, what was the potential?
So they ended up actually casting a little boy to do it, but I just remember it was like a scene where I would be running out of a burning village or something, and then I'd like say something to whoever
Like the Oracle or the King or something?
like the guy who's the mate, Russell Crowe. Is
Russell
that who it
Crowe,
is?
yeah, right. Wasn't
Yeah, and
it,
he
I
would
think?
like
Or
hold
no,
you. Or who is it? Who's in that
it's
movie?
the one that's not Russell Crowe. The one that's like.
I forget the guy. That's horrible.
Okay, Google.
Anyways,
Who's in 300? The main actor.
Gerard Butler.
oh, that's it.
She
the other
took
Russell
so
Crowe.
long. Yeah, the other Russell Crowe. She took so long.
Right, yeah. So it's so funny because whenever you get a script for an audition, like you never know how big the
You're right, Papa.
production is going to be.
No, yeah. So you didn't know, like, I guess this was. Yeah, you would know how big that this movie was going to become.
Yeah,
Obviously.
no, it was
And also,
wild.
you're like a kid, so you wouldn't know anything about that anyways. Like, why would you know how big a movie would be?
Yeah, yeah. So there was that, and then so for Hemlock
Was that in
Grove.
Toronto, or how did that, like, where
No,
would
so
they-
that one was
they
in
film?
Montreal.
Was in
So basically,
Montreal.
I would go like I was going on the via trains by myself at like
Whoa.
14, going
Okay.
to like Montreal and Toronto for
The 90s,
auditions.
everybody. No, I guess that would have been
Right.
early 2000s.
Well, yeah,
Not
and
sketchy
it wasn't
at all.
until, I mean, I don't know, and it was always to, like, because my mom would go with me when she could, but if it was a situation where she wasn't able to go with me, then
Yeah.
I would literally just, go on the train, and then from the train station, take a taxi, or like if it was close by, I would walk to the location of where the audition was. And now thinking back on it, I'm like, yeah, this was pretty trusting.
That's resilient. Yeah, very. I mean, that is kind of how it was, though. I remember by that age, like by the time we were like a teenager, I was a teenager, and stories from my parents, like you'd be allowed to, make those ventures on your own.
Yeah.
You get on here, or even like planes. You get on this plane. Okay, you get off there. You're with your brother. You meet this person there, and your grandma's gonna pick you up or whatever the fuck. Like.
Yeah, and Montreal wasn't actually too bad because there was still a lot of English for the most part.
That's true. And you were like commuting from Ottawa probably at that point, so it was like Ottawa to Montreal or like.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would just take like a cab or whatever to the audition, and then immediately just go back to the train station, and then.
So that would have been a young one for you then, eh? Yeah, I guess when you were quite younger, and
but
then
I didn't go to that
Grove
one alone.
Was like 5 years ago or something, eh, or something.
So I was 19, I believe, or 20 when I did Hemlock Grove. But the character I was playing, so hilarious. So I just look like I am 12 years old, and always have. So sometimes I like to cast people that are older to play younger parts. Also because it's kind of fucking gross.
They sexualize them and shit.
Well, yeah. So whenever I got the audition, it was to play the 16-year-old hot cheerleader that gets murdered, basically. Yeah. And
don't sound so like you're disagreeing with it so much.
Listen.
Like you're already they poorly casted me.
You'll see.
Even though it's a whole team of professionals and I got casted and I was in the movie, it's I think they did a bad decision.
My audition for that was actually so fucking sick. So you get a script, right? And you prepare it however you would, how you think it should be done, and then when you get there, you'll do it. And
can I do that?
Yep.
I think it's fine, but
either they tell you how they want, they'll give you direction of if they want you to change anything or do it a certain way. So
how long would you maybe have to prepare? Because it's maybe you're how long would an audition prepared be? If you're, did they tell you want to do this part or your whole part, you got to do the whole thing, or
they don't give you the entire script for the movie. It's that you get a scene.
Okay, it's always a scene. Okay,
or a couple of scenes depending on how big the role is. But for this one, it was just one scene, and so I did it how I had prepared it, and then they were okay, for this next take, we want you to do it as if you're being eaten alive, starting at the feet.
That's
and
cool.
That was the coolest fucking audition. Oh my god! And I killed it because I'm meant to be a fucking scream queen.
Obviously you killed it.
Yeah, it was so fucking good.
That's amazing. I want to start every conversation every time. That's how I want to start conversations when I meet people now. Hey, I'm Matt Buchanan. I'd like to set the premise here. I'd just let's just pretend that we're being eaten from the feet down or feet up.
The feet down
by a monster. Feet down. Yeah, it's just gonna chomp through the ground. Nothing's actually gonna.
Yeah, I feel like you're gonna make a lot of connections this way.
Yeah.
Okay, so
and go roll.
So I got the audition. Sorry, I got the part after audition. And I had filmed a couple. So my character was in 5 out of the 12 episodes.
Okay.
And after
this is episode 7, by the way. So fucking surpassed you guys, Hemlock. Sorry. I out here performing.
Yeah.
5 bigs. Anyway.
So after I had done I think the first episode, the director or whatever asked if I would come back and audition again for a second part to play. So my character, the hot girl, was Lisa.
Okay.
So they wanted me to audition to play Lisa's younger sister. So Lisa, the character, was 16.
To play both of them, or they were going to swap you out? Or...
No, to play both.
Curious.
Right. So.
Seems like there's a lot of people out there. I mean.
Well, because also Lisa's sister only had one scene in one episode.
Okay.
So it was well, I mean, I guess,
thing.
I don't know. But maybe also because it was fucking good. Suck my dick.
Yeah.
But anyways, so the character description for Lisa's sister was the fat, uglier, younger sister of Lisa.
Wow. Just
and I'm
deliberate. So you're doing both ends.
Well, right. I'm okay, I don't really know how to feel. And I was like, oh, I guess they'll probably like, maybe they'll change my appearance a lot. All they literally did was put a brown wig on me, put zero makeup on me, like not even like just regular kind of like stage makeup, just nothing. So I
They
was
just
so
left you
shiny.
barefaced?
Yeah. And then put me in just like corduroy pants and like this kind of sweater realistically, like. And I'm like, okay, cool. So it's just like me naturally, is what you're saying.
That's what
the
you're a perfect cast for
right? I'm like, okay, so I
But
feel
they
like
also had
it keeps my self-esteem in check because I'm like, I don't know how to feel.
Oh wow.
But yeah, I played both parts.
So you oh yeah, fucking range.
Yeah.
Goddamn Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah.
Multiple roles in the same movie. That's cool. Does that happen often, I wonder? People really would do that?
I don't
They just
know.
like, yeah, could you just like don't shower tonight and, just don't put makeup on this morning?
Yeah,
And,
no, they're like,
yeah.
we got this.
What was how did recording like that go? So you do 5 episodes. Was this all I have no idea like how that kind of functions. Is that back to back, like you're doing it in like a week, or is it over months kind
No,
of thing?
yeah.
It's
So
like,
I started filming in like August, and I think the last episode that I did was in December, but then I actually had to go back in like January to do more like audio recording for like voiceover,
Okay,
because
just-
like sometimes they would do that if they'll like add a line in that like it looks like the character could have said, even like if their backs to the camera or
Gotcha.
something,
And
like,
you can just do that voice. No, that makes
Right.
sense. They need you. I feel like they do a lot of that remote these days now, but
yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, so I literally would just go to Toronto for like a couple days at a time, basically, like probably like
film,
once a month kind of thing.
hotel it or something, and you just stay out.
I would usually actually stay with my sister because
Oh, nice.
she was living in Toronto at the time.
Candy.
Oh my god, there was actually one day that was like, it was, Hemlock Grove was super legit because like there were some days where like I had a driver that like,
They'd like send a
Yeah.
ride for you or something. and pick you
yeah,
up.
and like the
Nice.
dude with like the sign basically.
You remember the chick from the last episode talking about the Asian, or like if white people act like Asian? She's like legit.
Oh.
This place is. There's so many white people here. This place is legit.
I'm being respectful by ordering pancakes.
Pancakes. Yeah. Pancakes.
Yeah.
I have to eat this with my hands. Like,
So fantastic.
okay, so that's great. And
Yeah.
Hemlock Grove. So yeah, that was. I maybe still is on Netflix. That was.
It is.
Jackie's Netflix experience, and
It was super fun.
I'm sure you'll be back soon.
I clearly
For
have
the
not
next
been.
special.
So. No, I got like too close to like, my dreams potentially being a reality, so I just immediately took myself out of it. It's like,
A self-sabotage life. That's not good. Yeah. You gotta just keep on pushing.